Welcome to the last edition tonight of Don't Bite My Arm on Fulci night. We watched City of the Living Dead on Blu-ray, and I have to admit, it looked pretty amazing.
That it did.
A quick synopsis of the movie. I'm sure everybody's seen it, I would imagine, but a priest hangs himself, opens the gates of hell, the dead rise, and chaos ensues. I mean, that's pretty much the entire synopsis of the movie.
Apocalypse.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
But it works.
It does, because
Why cloud it up with other shit?
true, and the effects are fucking amazing. They look amazing on Blu-ray.
I believe there was a blind woman in this one as
There
well.
was a blind woman, as in everything
Fulci
else.
continues
Fulci
his
does.
hatred of the blind.
I don't
True.
get that. What did
Tom,
somebody?
our friend Tom said something about that. He had something to. What did he say?
Fulci had a fascination with eyes, and I remember seeing that in some
Cat in the Brain said something about that. And
interview.
Did he?
Yeah, I don't know. I think he just hates blind people.
Well, you look back at it. I mean, what Manhattan Baby had a blind person.
The Beyond,
The Beyond,
City of the
City of
Living
the Dead.
Dead.
I don't think George Bush was definitely did.
No, but in
Well,
zombie, the eye, the splinter in the eye. There was an eye
He
fascination.
used Eye of the Tiger and
Eye of the
Zombie
Tiger
was
came
in
out.
there.
Survivor wrote that song.
When the shark was facing the zombie. Eye of the Tiger was playing. No, I don't think that's the case, but at any rate, City of the Living Dead, top-notch Fulci flick. We'd
It
all
is.
seen it before. We knew what we were getting into, but we hadn't seen the Blu-ray, so really shined.
And if you're a fan of Fulci or this movie or whatever, I mean, definitely get that Blu-ray.
Mm-hmm.
It looks incredible.
I
It
think
really
I'm one of
does.
the last people to get Blu because I still don't have a Blu-ray player. And I know both these guys do.
You're still
but-
playing like VHS, aren't you?
No, beta. I'm a
Rocking the
beta.
beta
Fucking
Dave.
Stuck back in
there's- I watched
1994.
5 horror movies. No, but no, I'm thinking about getting the PS3 just because I can play the games. But I mean the shit looks amazing. I'm not gonna lie. City of the Living Dead looked awesome.
They
Like
cleaned
did.
it up.
I mean it looked like a new movie. Like I thought it might water down the effects.
Yeah, it really
Like
did
Friday
on
the
this one, though.
13th.
Oh, the Friday the
Yeah.
13th one.
Like it really did, and I was like, man, is this shit gonna look bad? But it looked pretty amazing. I liked it.
So,
Yeah,
well,
you have
Yeah, it's
to-
one of those ones where we don't really know what to say about it, because
It's
Why-
an
why don't
amazing
we,
movie. It's classic Fulci.
we've all seen this movie for years now. I mean, like we were talking, this kind of takes us back to childhood almost, where like I told you, I was searching through the on-Q, found a VHS cover that looked like this. Never seen it before, never heard of it. I was like, I need to check this thing out. And then it was all downhill from there. It's like these movies, we kind of grew up with.
Yeah,
I mean, like this is a part of our childhood.
Between
to watch stuff like
this and Zombie were like the two that I remember watching. Again, I watched Zombie over and over and over
Well,
again.
this is part of the big four, the Fulci movies. I mean,
Mhm.
right in a row. What did you say? City of the Living Dead was the second one. Zombie was the first.
Zombie was first.
City of the Living Dead, The Beyond, and then House by the
House by the
Cemetery.
Cemetery. Yep.
And then
those
we kind
four
of fell
movies-
off the face of the earth after
Yeah, he
that.
kind of lost touch with.
But with those four movies, I mean, he's got street cred. I mean, for forever. I mean, because those
yeah,
movies.
dog. He's got his
Yeah.
street
No, those-
cred.
You know what those movies lack in like storyline? It just makes up with like the visual and the gore.
Yeah,
Like, it's
because,
just,
you know,
it's amazing.
A Fulci movie, you're not looking for coherent storylines. They never make.
I was
any
talking to
sense.
you
We-
about
we
the
were
Dario Argento.
I think with like all of Italian, the giallos, the gore movies, it's all style over substance.
Mhm.
We don't care what's going on in the scene, but the scene's going to look amazing. It could be two people sitting there talking, but the attention to the lighting, the attention to what the people are wearing, how the scene is, composed. I mean, all of that was taken into consideration, way more so than a lot of
The
American
fact that
movies.
they take more into consideration on that than would a human face spark when it's flies down a hill.
Still amazing.
Yeah.
Style over substance, yet again.
I'd say the gore highlights of this movie though were the gut upchucking scene.
Oh,
The
Classic.
vomiting, the girl vomiting up her own organs.
That's amazing. The eyes bleeding.
Yeah.
Mhm.
That's
The
awesome.
drill to the head.
Drill to the head.
And it looked great. I mean, this movie
Yeah.
is older than we are. Maybe not you, but it's older than we are.
This guy's fucking-
Actually, no,
this
it
guy's
wasn't.
ancient over
It
there.
wasn't it. Did they say 80?
I think it was 1980.
80 or 81. So yeah, I am older.
Well, if it's 81, then I'm the same age as this movie.
Go fuck a duck. You silly
Can I
bastard.
torture it first?
You torture it, then go fuck it.
You were around when
You
Dynasty
silly
by Kiss
bastard.
came out. When Kiss did the disco thing, you were alive.
Yes.
How's that feel?
Feels great. Thanks. Thanks.
I'm sorry.
So,
No more being mean.
No.
I'm not quite as old as OJ, but you know,
Okay.
I'm getting there.
Your glove doesn't fit.
Glove doesn't fit. You must have quit. Thanks, a-holes.
No,
Well, I mean, what
sorry.
else can we say about this movie other than it is a classic?
It is.
Classic.
if
you wanna-
you're, I
And
don't know.
if you have the chance, get it on Blu-ray. I think there's a DVD that has a lot of the same features on it, but I
Yeah,
think there's more on the
a
Blu-ray.
lot
than
more
there
on
is
the
on DVD.
Blu-ray, and they're
But I have the old Anchor Bay version, and this I'm totally gonna buy this version because there's way more on it.
You gotta buy a Blu-ray player first.
Well, simmer down, buddy. I'm gonna get it done. We're getting her done.
one day at a time here, buddy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, shall we go ahead and do the Scepter rating on this
We
one?
can do that.
I mean, I know mine. Possessor's going 10. 10.
Barnaby's going 10 as well. Love this movie. This is my favorite Fulci movie.
Ooh.
Oh.
Ooh, it's a lady.
I wish I could do a 10 with this one. I'm gonna have to go just a little bit down.
Suck my ass.
Is that my mom texting me?
Oh, it's your mom.
It
Is Peter calling?
It is. It's Peter.
Your mom likes City
I'm gonna
of
give
Living
it.
Dead.
I'm
My
gonna give it a
mom
9,
is
okay?
texting in to say that City of the Living Dead's her favorite movie.
I'm giving it a 9.
A 9.
A 9.
That's close.
It's a great movie, but you know,
You just want to be a naysayer, don't
I know I want to give it a 10, but I can't.
Did we even
Okay.
say that this movie is also called The Gates of Hell?
you? Yeah,
I don't know if we mentioned that.
We
but-
brought that up a few
okay.
times there, drunkie.
And maybe we could say something like there is a butchered version.
Yeah,
the Gates of
the
Hell.
original version I saw, and I'm going to keep showing this off because it's fun. The original version of The Gates of Hell that I saw growing up was on VHS with this cover, and it was highly censored, and I didn't really like the movie. I mean, it was missing all the key elements of gore that made the movie so good. And it wasn't until after The Beyond was released on DVD, I don't know when that was, like early 2000 or whatever, when Anchor Bay put out City of the Living Dead, and I'm like, what's this movie? I don't know what this is. I got it, and I'm like, wait, I've seen this before. This is actually good. It says gore, and I don't remember this at all. Like, come to find out that a lot of the U.S. versions were censored.
And why is it that the Italian movies always seem to have numerous names for their movies?
I don't know, the whole Zombie 2 debacle and all that.
The Beyond, aka Seven Doors of
Dead.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and that's just touching the surface. I mean, forget about some of the old like Argento movies and some of the lesser known stuff. But
To me, it doesn't even really make sense. Didn't in the new Horror Hound there was a poster for City of the Living Dead and it said Twilight of the Dead.
Yeah, I mean,
Remember
like,
that?
we've got, like, and I also forgot about this one. House with a Cemetery was called Zombie Death House,
yeah,
Oh, yeah.
which I forgot about that, too, because I think at one point in time I Netflixed Zombie Death House and was really pissed off, because I'm like, this
Look,
is
it's the same
House by the
movie.
Cemetery, what the hell?
Yeah, I never understood
What I
that.
get for not reading the
I still
synopsis
don't
on
because
Netflix.
it's not like there's any other movies called that here in the States. Like,
Yeah.
I think it's got something to do with rights. When the companies buy the rights over here, they want to make it their own. They want to
yeah.
release something that's never been released before, so they give it some bullshit name. And
To me, The Gates
You
of
know.
Hell was a way better name for this movie.
I like that name, but that's what I knew.
City of the
it
Living
was.
Dead just sounds kind of generic
Yeah,
to me.
it does. And I just thought of another one that was a prime example of that was Beyond the Darkness. You guys seen
Oh
that
yeah,
movie?
the Joe Diamano movie.
Oh, yeah, when I first saw that, I remember the video store by my house had that. It was called Buried Alive.
Mm.
And I remember watching it and thinking, this is an awesome movie. Forgot all about it. I rented Beyond the Darkness and was like, got about 5 minutes in. I'm like, this is really familiar. Because I hadn't seen it in like 10 years.
Yeah.
And I'm watching it going, wow, this is really
Yeah,
freaking
it's a
awesome.
great movie, though.
And then it dawned on me when I started seeing all the, the good stuff in it. I'm like, oh, that is Buried Alive. That is a friggin' great movie. I think we should review that
We should.
sometime.
We should. I think
It's
we're
also known as Boyle Omega. Or something
Yeah,
like that.
yeah, it's got a weird,
Once again, 5 or 6 fucking different names for the same movie.
but
so-
still a great movie. And
Yeah.
that one wasn't butchered though when I saw it originally.
Yeah.
I
I
remember
think
it
we're
was
running low on time here.
Oh snap! Well, we better wrap this one up. We missed the 5-minute marker
we
again.
will do another theme night
Yes.
probably in about a month. I don't
Emails
know.
with suggestions.
Yeah, I don't know what I suggestions.
Suggestions.
I don't know what we're reviewing next week, but it'll be something.
We got some
good,
ideas
hopefully.
floating around.
Well, until then, this has been Don't Bite My Arm. Fulci edition. Good night.
See you later.